Puddles in the morning, puddles in the evening, puddles in the afternoon. Well, I'm a puddle boy and she's a puddle girl. The Puddles podcast is starting real soon.
All right, welcome to Puddles. It's your host, Andrew Collin, joined by my co-host,
Brenna
LaRock. You got a LaRock on your finger, motherfucker.
Oh my gosh. Sure do, baby boy.
Big episode. Big ups. Big episode. We're engaged, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't follow me on Instagram, where I posted the photos literally 3 minutes after it happened. And then Brenna asked me if I only did it for the podcast likes. And I'm look, maybe 40%. I mean, we got 9,000 likes on there. I got 3 times more than I ever have. So I just need to get engaged every week and I'll be famous. It was unbelievable. It was a great week with family. We were able to do it with them and celebrate with them.
Which was one of the best parts. To be sharing it with like your family made it 10 times more special.
Yeah, it would have been so weird to get engaged here, like at Runyon Canyon.
And then just come home.
To Mango. Be like,
yeah.
Mango, we did it.
And he's just screaming at us to let him outside. And then we have to I don't know. It just would have been so lame.
I mean, there were so many things with this proposal. I felt like I kept it a secret. I tried my damnness. I don't like, at least when I hear people, when they go, we went and picked a ring out together. This is exactly the ring she wanted. Here's exactly where she wanted to get engaged. She drew a circle on the ground. She gave me a script to read. And then she's like, oh my God, me? Really? Really? I knew exactly the whole time? Really?
Yeah, I see it.
I wanted it to be completely...
I loved it. It was so perfect. But when people go, one of my favorite things, honestly, the whole proposal was my favorite. But I thought about seeing the ring for the first time and you on your knee and just the surprise factor of that, that made it so much more special. What I don't know, going and picking out your own ring, it takes the fun out of it. And then there's a part of me that I'm like, wow, I love it so much because I didn't have anything to do with it. And it's just I don't know.
But everyone asks you, they go, well, did you know? Did you know? And I was surprised at your answer.
Yeah.
Did you know? I mean, I felt like I did a pretty good job.
I knew so... Okay, I really knew, and here's the thing. There are parts that I didn't know. I had not doubts, but I was questioning my intuition, which there's been so many times that I've questioned my intuition and I'm always right, that after this, I'm like, okay, I really can trust my intuition from here on out because, I feel like I actually had more suspicions than I even let on to you and told you. Mm-hmm. So I guess I could tell you here today.
Clues. Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to.
Did you look through my fucking phone?
No,
okay.
No. At the same time, I don't want to bum you out.
I won't get bummed out.
Okay. I don't know where to start, but I'm just going to start from the first hint I had was... This is so funny. I mean, Andrew just asked me what my ring size was.
First of all,
such a boy move. And he did it in a way that I knew it was it did have me being oh, maybe it was a coincidence. Or you said, I think you looked at your hand first. We were comparing hands in bed and you go, I wonder what ring size I would be. And I said, I think you're a size 11. I said, you've got some chubby fingers. And he goes, oh, what size do you think you are? And I was like, on this finger, I think I'm a 6.5, which we'll get back to that later on. And then he was like, oh, okay. And I thought oh, Andrew and I, like, he's going to write it down for just like later on, whatever. My second reasoning.
Now, can I just interject for a second?
Yeah. Let's break this down.
I thought for me trying to figure it out, first of all, everyone goes, you should have called her friend. I don't know if your best friend would have known your ring size. Also, I don't know if I could trust your best friend to not tell you. I feel like she's loose lips. You know, you have a couple glasses of wine. You're like, look, you know, it's just such a juicy thing. A girl cannot hold on to juicy gossip. Yeah. I mean, it is juicy.
Yeah, but it's more important to like not say something. So I think ultimately she wouldn't have, but it would have been hard.
But that's why, that was one of the reasons why I didn't. The other one, honestly, I didn't really think to do it. But, and then I go, and then I will go, I thought in the moment, because you know me, I find out we're both kind of like this. Once we make a decision on something, we're so anxious that we have to just do it or we're just going to go insane. So I was like, I got to get a ring size. I got to get it. Yeah. My mom, I was talking to her about it. She was asking what her ring size was. And so that's when I don't know, I came up with the idea, but honestly, it draws more attention to it when I go, what's my ring size?
No, because as an isolated thing, it's honestly like, it could be a normal conversation. It was all of the things built up. Okay. So then the second reason, which you probably don't remember, but I've got basically a filing cabinet in my brain of every conversation we've ever had. And you said to me once in very casual passing, like, oh, I think I'll maybe propose to you after you get done with school. So there's that. Number 3, your dad and stepmom came quite a few weeks ago, and
I don't know if this was okay. I'll tell this.
No, it was because I'm going to tell you.
Don't tell the whole story though.
Okay. Well, what part do you want me to tell them?
No. Go ahead. Okay. I'll hear your perspective.
So a long time ago, back in May, it was May 5th, 2023. It was my first day of school, and I had just that day gotten a pet webcam in the mail to see Mango because I was working and at school all the time, and it's no surprise that I'm obsessed unhealthily with our cat. And I was like, I have to see him. You were on the road. I have to watch him, make sure he's okay. He's not going through any window screens. I go on it to see him, and instead you're on it pacing back and forth, and I can hear you immediately. I know you're having a conversation about me and this fight that we had. And I was like, fuck. It sounded like you really hated me. And in that moment, I was like, are Andrew and I going to break up? No, I was like, are we going to break up?
Yeah.
So anyways, I told you about it. I came home and I was like, listen, I know I got this webcam for Mango, but I did actually hear you talking mad shit about me, and we should talk about it. So anyways, Andrew knows now that at any given moment, if I'm not home, I could get on the webcam, and I don't spy on you. If I do spy on you, I'm like, hey, I'm spying on you. Where are you? Like, show Mango.
That's a good cover. That's a good cover.
No, put Mango in the cam. I really don't. I think it's an invasion of privacy, genuinely. Except for that one time.
It's hard too when you're like, just that one time, and I was talking shit. So it's like the chances of me was talking shit were probably pretty high.
Yeah.
But I've never else. That was the only time I've ever talked shit.
Got it.
I've never talked shit in my life.
So anyways, fast forward.
Yeah.
Andrew's dad and stepmom are in town. It's their last day. I'm at school. I hadn't heard from you.
Let me take it from here for a second, though, and then we'll come back to.
No.
No, not come back, but go ahead.
Let me just say this. So I was like, I wonder what they're doing or like where they are. I hadn't heard from you. So I did get on the webcam because I was like, are they at the apartment or are they outside, whatever? And I got on the webcam. Y'all were.
Yeah.
And no, maybe I was on it earlier. And y'all were there, and then I got back on it.
Dude, I knew it, dude. You were fucking... I knew you...
No, listen.
Dude, I knew it.
Listen.
I knew it.
I got back on the webcam, and it wasn't connected. Like, it wouldn't connect, which sometimes it's weird, and it doesn't connect. So I was like, oh, whatever. Didn't think about it. And then flash forward a few days later, I walk out and I see that it's unplugged. And I was like, oh, maybe it did get unplugged. And that's what happened the other day. So I go, hey, Andrew, did you unplug the webcam? And he lied. And he goes,
no, listen,
oh, what?
Listen.
No.
Let me take it from...
No.
Huh?
You go, oh, what? It's unplugged? And I go, what? You're lying. Like, you unplugged it. Why'd you unplug it? And
well, I was going to say why. Yeah. So my parents came in town. My dad and my stepmom came in town. I had a suspicion that you were going to check the cam because we were there. You could have got some juicy intel. Maybe you weren't going for intel, but you wanted to kind of know maybe what we were talking about potentially.
No, I didn't.
So why did you check the cam if you've never checked the cam if you only check it for Mango?
Because there's people in my home.
Yes. Yeah. Intruders. So knowing that I was going to bring up the potential engagement, I started talking about it and I looked over and I saw the webcam. Then I thought about
You're smart.
You catching me talking shit. And I was like, well, this will fucking ruin it if you hear it. Yeah, that's true. So I take the webcam out of the wall. I don't know if my dad or stepmom said anything when I did it. But I took it out. I had the conversation. It was like a 25-minute conversation.
Whoa.
It was long.
That's a long convo.
Okay, maybe that makes it sound worse.
Yeah, I'm scared.
It was a 2-hour conversation.
Your dad was like, don't do it.
Don't do it. She's not Jewish.
Oh, God. Has that come up?
It was a 40-minute conversation. No, it doesn't come up. It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. Maybe. So then... the conversation was long enough. My ADD is bad enough where I forgot about the webcam. I should have just put it back in the fucking wall. And this isn't the first time I've been caught on a webcam. I got real drunk one time in New York City, and I forgot to walk my brother's dog for like 10 hours, and he started crying, Hubert, so much where my sister-in-law got a call from the webcam. Or she could hear him on the webcam. Aww. So she called me. She's like, when's the last time you've been home? I was like, I'm going I was just right there. And then I was so drunk, I stopped and got a turkey sandwich. And I came home and I was like, Hubert, you ratted me out. You ratted me out, Hubert. And I'm like, have mayonnaise all over me. And I walked him. And I didn't think much of it, but I was just like, I can't believe you ratted. And he's like, what? He's just a dog. He's like, look, I apologize, but I had to take a shit, man.
Yeah.
And so 6 months later, I was getting a beer with my brother, and he's just like, you ratted me out. He saw the whole thing. So I've been caught on the cam. So I have PTSD.
Okay.
Anyhow, side note. So then I take it out. 3 days later, I completely forgot about it. You came at me, and I wasn't ready. Because there's no excuse. There's no good excuse of why I would take it out of the wall unless I was talking about
our engagement.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I had nothing.
And you used an excuse. It was a family excuse that I had already known everything about. And you were like, you said, I don't know, we were just talking about, this thing that happened. And I didn't want you to hear the family drama. And I was like, well, first of all, I already know everything about that. So that's awkward. What else were y'all going to say? And I go, you were talking about me, weren't you? And you were talking
shit, you said.
Oh, yeah. So, no, I go, you were talking about me, weren't you? And you said no. And then you started going into the bathroom to go into the shower. And I followed you and I go, were you talking shit about me? I was like, was it something bad? And because that's the last time I caught you. And you go, no, I wasn't talking shit. And then I said, you weren't giving it away. But then I go, were you saying something good? And you were like, stop it. And you shut the door and got in the shower. And I was like, oh, gonna just put that in the filing cabinet, whatever. You don't have
to put everything in the cabinet, by the way. You don't need to throw everything in there. I did another thing where I asked her, what's your favorite clothes? Because your birthday's coming up.
No, you go, what's a good women's price range for like a mid, you go, not super high, but not super low. And I go, probably like Reformation. I go, I like Reformation. And then I was like, he's totally fucking gave me a Reformation gift card. and it wasn't from you, but ended up being from one of your family members, gives me a Reformation gift card as a gift. And I was like, oh, okay, I knew that was coming, like whatever.
Yeah, I'm very bad at this.
So anyways, and then my third just thought was, you know, I knew that it was like the ring was like part of the family or whatever, and like your mom was gonna be coming with it, and
You didn't know how did you know that she was going to bring the ring
I knew that she had it
on her at all times?
no, like she was
okay.
at the family Thanksgiving, and if there was a time it would be now, because your whole family's there, your mom's there. How often does that happen? I graduated school, he's asking me my ring size, whatever. And then I had multiple conversations with some friends about it. Like I was like, like when I went to Friendsgiving like two Saturdays ago, I was like, Andrew, I go, it's gonna be fine if he doesn't, but I think he's gonna. And I really was like, I feel like we're in such a good place. We've got through, you know, a hard time moving here together. We've been together for a long time, and I felt like really good about our relationship and where we were. And I was like, it's a great time for him to propose, but it's also such a great time that if he doesn't, it's okay. So I was like in a good state of mind. And then the day of the proposal, we wake up, and I had found this park the day before I went on a walk by myself, and I found this park that I really liked, and I was like, oh, Andrew, I really want to bring you to this park. It's so pretty. I can't believe it's right down the road.
We
should go.
Photos of literally where I should put my knee.
This is the other thing.
She sent photos of like a bridge.
Wait, no, I have one more hint.
Marked the circle around.
I forgot. One time you were texting Sam right before we came, and I saw a text from Sam that just said, "This is the park," and you go, "Cool," and I go, "What park?" And you said nothing. So anyways, I accidentally, so fast forward, it's the day after I went walking in this park, and your brother Sam was like, oh yeah, are you guys going to the park? You should turn to the left instead of the right this time. There's a really pretty lake. And I was like, oh yeah, Andrew, we should do that. So we're sitting around, breakfast is over, we drank our coffee, and I look at Andrew and I go, hey babe, do you want to shower and go to the park? He said, yeah, sure. And so we go upstairs. I use a different bathroom than you. We're both getting ready. Normally Andrew is like annoyed he's like, just throw in a hoodie and let's go for a walk. Why are you being like, it's fine. But I am a person, I love to get ready, feel put together when I'm leaving the house. You know?
Also, in my defense, we had Thanksgiving dinner later that day. So it made sense to get dressed.
It did. Normally, Andrew is like put on a hoodie. We're just going on a walk. It's no big deal type of guy. But
yeah, we had Thanksgiving dinner like 3 hours after that. So it made sense to get dressed. Also, I knew, obviously, that if I'm going to ask you to marry you, the whole time I was thinking, because I was going to do it the day before, but the weather was dog shit. Mm-hmm. But I was worried because sometimes you care about how you look more than I would have cared about how I looked in the Instagram. I almost said the engagement photos.
Yes.
So I was worried that you were going to just, we were going to go on a hike and you were not going to like put on makeup. You just throw your hair up, whatever. But I guess now, looking back, you kind of had a little bit of an inclination that it would happen. So you're like, oh, this bitch is going to look good.
I had a little bit. Half of it was, we're going to eat right after. So let's just get ready now, or not eat, but be with family. I'm not going to have time to like go up and get ready. And also maybe he's going to propose and I don't want to be in sweatpants. So, we go downstairs. Oh, while we're getting ready, Andrew's just sitting on the bed in his nice outfit, just like looking at me in the bathroom and just looking at his phone. And then he goes, I'll be right back. And he leaves. And I go, he's going to get the fucking ring. I said it to myself. I was like, he's going to get the ring from his mom. And he comes back and I intentionally didn't look at his pockets because a part of me was like, I did want an element of surprise, because by then I was like, something's up. And then we go downstairs to go on this walk, and half of your family's in the general living area when we come down the stairs. And I look at your sister-in-law and I go, does anybody want to come on the walk with us? I was kind of like trying to find out in a way because I was like, I want to see what they say. And
I was pissed because I was like, I don't want you to ask anyone to go for the goddamn walk.
So wait, actually, first before I asked her, I went and gave your mom a hug, and I was like, just like saying hi, like, how are you doing? I think I hadn't seen her yet that day. And then your nephews were like waiting with basketballs and stuff to go to the park, and so I thought, oh, maybe actually they are coming with us, whatever. And your mom said, are you guys going down to the park? And I go, well, I don't know. Are we going to the park with them? And then somebody chimed in and was like, oh, no, we're just taking them to a different park. And I said, oh, okay. And then we're walking out the door and I look at Lindsay and I said, does anybody want to come on a walk with us? And she answered for everybody. She goes, no, we're good. We're good. Have
Yeah,
fun.
because they all knew.
Yeah,
they all knew.
I know. And so I go, okay. So we go on this walk and it's the whole time.
By the way, wait a second. So I did get the ring from my mom at that point.
Yes, I knew it.
I did. I wore a jacket, or I had a jacket on, which would have held the ring a little bit better. It would have hid but it got too warm.
Oh.
So then I was like, I'm going to be sweating in the jacket and I'm going to look terrible while I'm asking. I'm going to have fucking sweat all over me. And then I also didn't realize how far we'd be walking. But then I had the ring in my pants pocket, but it's in a case.
Yes.
So it's just like...
Well, a ring box.
Yeah, a ring box. And the box was big. And so I couldn't really... you can't put it in your back pocket. So I put it in my left pocket. Luckily, it was cold enough to have your hands in your pocket.
I typically walk on your right.
Yes.
And the whole time we're walking, Andrew has both of his hands in his pocket. And it was not cold. And I was like... Are you cold? I go, are your hands cold? And he goes, oh, no, I don't know, just a little bit. And he takes his right hand out of his pocket, but we're walking and he keeps his left hand in his pocket the whole time. And then he kept going like this. Just big deep breaths, just going.
That's my sleep apnea, maybe. I don't know.
I knew, I was like so sure of it. I was feeling kind of like awkward, which I obviously never feel awkward from you. So anyways, I have these receipts because this is a part that you don't know. I did text Bailey.
Where, on the walk?
On the walk. Andrew and I are walking and we're walking around this lake and Andrew goes, I really gotta pee. And I was like, oh, okay, let's find a place for you to go pee in the woods, whatever. So I come across this picnic table and you run into the woods, and I texted Bailey at 9:58 a.m. and I said, while you were peeing, and I said, girl, and I go, I think it's about to happen. I said, I could be so wrong. She said, stop. And I said, but we're on this rock right now by this lake in the woods, and none of his family wanted to come. And Andrew's dressed up and won't take his hands out of his pocket and keeps taking big breaths. And, yeah. Oh, I said, we're by this beautiful lake in the woods. And she said, all caps, bye. And then I said, I have a pit in my stomach. And she said, making it so obvious. And then she said, I'm about to pop out behind a tree and do a performance of Can't Help Falling in Love with You, FYI. I said, ha 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 ha. She said, in a full Elvis costume. Girl, literally, I can't. Not the proposal walk. Deep breaths. And that was a 2-minute conversation. And 23 minutes later, I sent her a selfie of me with my ring on.
All right. So we're walking.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
You're still excited, it seems like.
I am.
So when we're walking there, the lake is there, but there's trees all around the lake. So you can't really, the sun isn't really coming through. And then it's kind of like muddy by the lake too. And I'm thinking about where I'm going to kneel. And then, I don't know, it's just a weird thing. Also, there's people around. So I don't want them to fuck it up by making it about them. Mm-hmm. I don't know how people do it in a big restaurant in front of everyone. It is almost like makes more sense than if just like 3 people walked and saw something so out of place and they'd be like, oh my God, they're gonna, I didn't want it that. I was like all nervous and it's like insecure about getting on a knee and like having, I don't know. I just made sure, I wanted to make sure no one was coming. So I was making sure no one was coming and I wanted to find the right spot. And then the sun was coming through the gap in the trees, about like a 30-foot gap. And it was just like, it was a perfect place to just take a photo. So I'm thinking in my head, oh, we haven't taken a couple photo in a while. There's a place to like put your phone by the rock. And so I was like, okay, this is the spot. Even though it was still a little muddy. I was like, you know what? I'm going to risk my Buck Mason pants or whatever. So I ask you, I go, hey, can you take a photo with your phone? This would be a great spot to get a photo. I don't even think about the fact that it's a mirror on your phone where you could literally just see everything I'm doing, which is so dumb. I'm so fucking dumb.
No, you're not. But you were scared. You were nervous.
Yeah, I was nervous. Yeah. And then I go, well, when do I take the box out? Because I don't want to take the box out too early because I don't want you to turn around and see the box before, like, it was go time. Before
I just saw, you wanted me to see the ring before the box.
Yeah, I wanted it to be a reveal.
Ready, yes, ready to go.
So you go, where are you? So you're fucking with your phone trying to figure it out. I go, when she hits the timer, that's when it's
I'm
going
to turn around and it's go time.
It's literally a countdown. Steve Jobs was onto something. So you go, where are you? I'm like, I'm right here.
No, let me say this.
Yeah, no, I know. What?
You were being weird. We were skipping rocks before we just came across a place. So we were skipping rocks and you go, oh, maybe we should. And I felt more awkward with you when we were skipping rocks than on our first date. I literally was like, Andrew is acting so weird right now. And I know it's going to happen and I'm scared. And you said, let's take a photo. And so I was really trying to help you because you were like,
I felt like I said, let's take a photo.
Yeah, but you were like, oh, should we take it here? And I was like, if this is our engagement photo, like, let's do it with the light, like the light. And like, I was like, you were suggesting one place. And I go, let's do it over here on this little thingy. And so
you hit the timer. I think what happened was, because you claimed this, I don't remember really happening, but I think I might have opened the box too early. And then I closed the box to then open it again. Because you claim that you heard a box close.
Yes.
But that wouldn't make sense because then I would have had the ring in my hand.
No, there was always an inkling of doubt until I was on my knees trying to like get a good angle and press the button to turn the timer on. As I'm doing that, I hear the ring box. I should go get the ring box so people know what sound I heard.
It's fine.
It's undeniable. It goes... Yes. And I go, oh, okay, this is happening. So then even more so, I was like, I gotta really find the right angle. And I couldn't see you because you were exactly behind me. And I was like, where are you? Because I was trying to make sure that you were in the frame.
For the photo.
At this point. And you go, I'm right behind you. And I said, and you were like, what are you doing? And I was like, nothing, just nothing. Because I was so nervous. And then I hit the button and I turn around and you're on your knee.
Yeah, let me take it from here because so the light's coming through. We're on a lake. Here's the thing. Am I the best when it comes to serious things? No, I'm a fucking comedian for a living. So I don't know what it was. I didn't ever plan this. I didn't think about it ahead of time. If I did, this isn't what would have happened. But you hit the timer. I get on my knee. I open the box. You look at me, and I go, will you marry me?
I was so shocked. That was the first thing that came out of his fucking
I don't know why the fuck I went with that voice. It was like fucking Whitey from Eight Crazy Nights.
Oh my god.
And I go, will you marry me? And then
you even did a shrug. Will you marry me?
Will you marry me? That's a technical foul. So Brenna looks at me and she just goes,
I love you.
I love you. And then that gave me an opening to
I said, no, I love you. What are you doing?
And then it gives me an opening to fucking step up and be a man and fucking really say it like I love you. This is it. This is us. And I go, oh, will you marry me?
And I was like low key, like, that's really all he's gonna say. Like, I was like, what? I was like, okay. And then you did say something sweet.
I said, you're part of my family.
Yeah, you said, you're my family.
You're my family.
Yeah.
You're my family. And I just thought about it. Oh, yeah. Then you said yes.
At that point, I like got on my knees because I felt weird that you were still on your knees. So I don't know why. I think we were both so nervous that I got on my knees and I just like kissed you and hugged you and I was like, yes, I'll marry you.
And that's how I know you love me, because you shouldn't have said yes. If a guy goes, will you marry me? You run. You go. You drown yourself in the water. You kick me in my face. You do anything but married out. That guy is not going to protect you. No. That guy will not be there when you're sick. That guy will run when things get hard.
But he will make you laugh.
He will make you laugh.
He will keep you laugh. He'll keep things interesting.
Yeah, well, he's driving away because you're dealing with too big of problems. I'll be like, so long.
Sorry about your problems.
Sorry about your problems. Sorry, I'm sorry you married me. That would be my last word. Sorry you married me.
Can't make any promises.
It's all a lot for me.
Gotta go. Anyways.
I hate the word ick, but if it was ever used, it would have been used for that.
Yeah.
Like, that was very, very ick.
Anyways, afterwards, we took a cute photo. I was shaking. We walked another 2.5 miles. We like actually, because the funny thing is
10,000 steps.
We were like, wait, we have to finish this walk. It was great though, because we got to like chat a little bit, calm down. It kind of sunk in a little bit more, and then we got home. And
yeah, I mean, the walk was another like 2 miles, and enough time. Honestly, it was kind of nice to just have a moment of just us walking and being happy together, and having like that 25 minutes just like really to like soak in what the hell just happened and to kind of relax a little bit. We got another photo on the other side. Some dad took it.
There was an old man on a bridge. I don't know why you asked this old man. There was a bunch of people on the bridge, and Andrew.
I go, will you take a picture?
No, the person Andrew chose to ask to take a photo of us was a man who said, "There's a flamingo."
It wasn't a flamingo.
Oh, a flamingo on the pond, and I go. Where's the flamingo? And follow him over. And he points to it, and there's nothing there.
No, there was.
I didn't see shit.
No, there was a crane. There was a crane.
And then we walked, and then
pink.
Andrew goes, hey, do you mind taking a photo of us? And I was like, what?
And he goes, maybe I can't, but maybe the flamingo will.
Yeah. Then we're trying to tell him, because he flips the camera, so he's going to take a photo of us, and it's really on his face, and I can see, we're looking at my screen, and it's just his face, and I go, no, you gotta turn the phone around. You turn it around. And then his son came out of nowhere, and he goes, you want me to take it? I'm his son. I got this. Don't worry.
And then he goes to his son. He goes, make sure you get a wide. And we're like, maybe he is good. Maybe he does know what he's doing.
He's like secretly a retired photographer.
Yeah.
He actually did see a flamingo. He was shooting it.
Yeah, he was shooting it. It's his flamingo.
He's a nature photographer.
Yeah, he's like, he did have one of those hats on with the flaps.
I'm not used to humans. I'm used to a snow owl.
So anyways, it was sweet. It was very sweet and private, which is like always what I wanted.
Yeah. Because I was going to do it. There were talks of me just doing it in the backyard. Like, had you on the swing back there and like pushing you. And then like my whole family would like literally be like maybe taking photos through the window. Like, so people can experience it. And I was like, that's not what Brenna would want. Oh my God,
that's like a zoo animal. Like, like they're like, we're the monkeys in the gymnasium.
You're the flamingos in the pond.
Yeah. So I decided not to do that. But yeah, so we came back and we celebrated, and like my family was like so great with it, because I don't know, they're just very aware people.
Yes, God bless them.
So like they weren't, because it's on Thanksgiving. We didn't want to make Thanksgiving about
Yes.
us, but at the same time, obviously, it was great that we could celebrate it with them. But you know, I don't know. It was just one of those moments that was just really special.
Yeah, we came back and like Sam opened a bottle of champagne, and we were just like, it was like you, me, and Sam for a few minutes, and then people were like slowly trickling down. So it wasn't like everyone was there, which was nice.
Yeah.
But then like once everyone was there, my back started sweating. Like I had lower back sweat and was shaking again, and I was like, I can't. And then I think your sister-in-law was like, okay, she's overwhelmed. And then I was like, okay, yeah. And then we went out and like called everybody in the backyard, and it was just you and me. And like, I got to call my family, and then it was fine. And so.
Oh yeah, I forgot this part. So, a few things, but
Okay.
I called your parent. I didn't know. Look, I'm a little bit older at this point. I know your parents somewhat well. I've spent time with them, but we're not like close. So I was like, do I have to call them? And then I thought about it. They're like Navy people, like they were in the Navy. They're like used to like, just tradition. And I was like, you know what? It would be right.
I think
I was nervous though, because I know your parents well, but I don't know them that well. And so
it's a strong move, but at the same time, even if it's not about like tradition, it's just nice to let somebody in my family know, like, hey, this is going to happen. It's just a nice thing. It's just nice to like, hey, that's her parents. It's not like, may I have your daughter? It's just, it can just be less serious than that. So I'm glad you did tell them.
I called your dad and I was like, can I marry her? Can I marry her, Paul? No, I went.
He said, I want to take this crazy bitch off your hands.
I called your mom because I don't have your dad's number. And I go, is Paul with you? And then I've never called your mom. So your mom thought either you died in like a ski accident or something bad happened.
Oh, could you tell she was scared?
Yeah, she goes, what happened? Is something wrong?
Oh.
And I go, no, this is a good thing. Is Paul. And then I asked for Paul too, so it makes it even more. It's so funny with these things because it's like either someone died or the best news ever.
Yeah.
It's also like when we were looking for a place in the park, like it's like you're almost looking to like either kill someone or ask them to marry you. So anyhow, I go.
Did you say blow you?
No, did I say blow you?
I thought you said blow marry you.
Marry you, blow you up. So I go to so they're at whatever your supermarket is.
Okay.
Whatever.
Glenn's,
whatever. We're at Glenn's. Let us go out. So they go outside. They were shopping. And they go, all right, so what's going on? And I was like, look, I'm nervous, Paul. Or I'm nervous. I don't know if I called your dad Paul. I'm like, listen here, Paul. No, I go, look, I'm nervous about this, but I want to ask your daughter to marry me. And your mom goes, oh. And then your dad goes, can I get back to you? And I was like, you son of a bitch. And I go,
he's such a son of a gun.
He goes, you mind if I get back to you? I go, well, before the end of the year would be great. And then we both start laughing. And then I was like, look, if she says no, I'll pawn the ring and we'll all go to dinner. He's like, if she says no, I'm sure you're going to kick her out of the house. And if you kick her out of the house and she comes back here, we're going to send her right back. So never like
that sounds about right.
That was the whole conversation before they were like, yes, that sounds great. Like there was like a whole like rubbing before. And so anyways, that was really funny. And then that was like almost just as nerve wracking as asking you.
Wait, where was I when you called them? Was I at work?
Yeah, probably. Probably checking the webcam.
I know. I'm like, damn. Crazy, I wasn't on the cam.
Yeah.
Missed that one, I guess.
You missed that on the cam. So then another funny thing that happened was, so we're engaged and we put some photos up on Instagram, and then we put up, you pick a funny photo for the Puddles Instagram, which I completely forgot.
Yeah, wait. Can I just say, not even 5 minutes after Andrew proposed, I go, wait, we have to take a photo for Puddles podcast. I go, we got to take a photo. It's like a special photo. I said, we have to. And so we took this silly photo. If you go to our Instagram at Puddles podcast, please subscribe. You can see us. We're both on our knees Andrew's kind of like doing this cool pose. It's the pose that Hannah Berner does a lot where she's like on her knees and has a leg out.
Yes.
And I've got my hand on my knee with the ring. It's very like,
Yeah, and it's like what rappers do in front of like big Cadillacs.
yeah.
I have my sunglasses on. I'm like staring at the camera. I literally look,
No
like
affection.
no affection,
We're-
not smiling, just looking at the camera like it's. If you didn't know us, you would be like, these people are such fucking dweebs, like trying to look cool with her ring, like showing off her ring. Meanwhile, we were just obviously making a joke. But Facebook, I have 4.3 thousand people that I'm like friends / followers on there. A ton, most of my old friends that don't really give a fuck about social media are on there. All my family, like extended families on there. That is how they get introduced to our engagement, is through that photo of us being like...
Because the Puddles podcast Instagram is linked to Andrew's Facebook.
Yes.
So when he posts, it automatically gets uploaded to Facebook.
So everyone's like, congratulations. I'm like, fuck, dude. Like, everyone must be like, this is the cheesiest fucking engagement on earth. So then I was going to post... I was going to post the other photos that are more us... and like sweet and like normal.
Are they more us though?
Yeah, that's
now
true.
that I think about it,
Yeah,
I'm
that
like,
is perfect. That's what I should have went with to begin with. But yeah, so
we're framing that photo, and
Honestly.
it's gonna be at our wedding.
yeah, that would be the cake. So yeah, so it was just so funny. So I did end up posting other photos, but yeah, that was the launch. That was really funny. I'm trying to think of anything else that we missed. But
I feel like we really covered enough.
I lost like 70 Instagram followers.
I gained so many.
You gained some and I lost. Sorry, ladies. Your boy's taken. I'm sorry.
I feel like they just like left your page and went to mine though.
Yeah, maybe it was just
Yeah.
guys that were following me to try to fuck you. through and then we're like, all right.
No, I think like the girls were
No, I
like,
know.
oh, well, let's go over to her stuff for the wedding content. Who knows? I don't even
think they
know.
would unfollow.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to make you feel better.
Yeah, no, they hate me.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you going to change your last name?
Oh,
yeah.
to be determined.
I'll go with LaRock.
It's not.
Andrew
I'm
LaRock.
definitely putting Collin on my name, but I'm trying to decide if I want to hyphenate or just. I like love my name, my last name. I feel like bonded to it. I don't know. So I'm thinking about hyphenating, but it would be so obnoxiously long that I'm like, do I really want to do that? So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Well, you can always technically add it to your middle name.
But
So
then I love my middle name,
well, you can keep what's your middle name?
Alexis.
I think you can keep it just like it legally.
Yeah.
You can always just like move it over.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
An
Brenna,
initial. I don't know.
Brenna, Collin, Alexis, LaRock?
No, Brenna A. LaRock Collin.
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think you have to end with Collin. I honestly don't care.
Yeah, but I know that when we have child, maybe just one, it does make things complicated if I have a different last name
And
from
with
them, and I just don't
insurance
really
and-
want to deal with that.
And
to be
bank
honest.
stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, just all different kind of things.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. If
completely
you know
asked-
what, just leave a comment. Let me know if anybody who hasn't been in this position before. Leave a comment. Let me know what you did and why, and that might help me make my decision because this is the first time I'm doing it and the only time.
I mean, it's so funny of like all these like follow up things that I like. Oh yeah, now we have to have a wedding, bachelor party. What's your name gonna be? Oh, we got to do a certificate, like filling out form. I don't know. I just didn't think about any of it. I really didn't.
Yeah.
I was just like, I'm just gonna ask her to marry me.
One day at a time. We're just enjoying being engaged right now.
Yeah, I
We'll
don't-
talk about wedding stuff later.
No, we talked about it the next day. Brenna
On the
Brenna was
podcast.
already.
On the podcast.
It'll be a whole nother episode.
Yeah, it'll be a whole
Yes.
other episode. We don't need to. That we've done enough talking about
Yes. being
being engaged. We're done.
We'll have a bachelorette
I think
party
everyone got their
episode.
fill.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
That's a good point. Yeah, we'll have a bachelor/bachelorette.
that'll
off.
be fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you guys ready to play another game?
Yeah, I'm very
Yeah.
excited.
Okay,
I
so-
love games.
Yay, games. No more games, Andrew. You're locked in with
Yeah.
her.
No, the game's just
Oh,
begun.
No, you know, I forgot to say something. I did want to end on something. The reason earlier I said I felt like we were in a really good place and that I didn't feel like I needed an engagement, and I still didn't need it. But after it happened, I realized how much I actually did want it and felt like so much better about our relationship after. And I've always been like, marriage doesn't change things if you're just, if you're committed to each other and so on and so forth. But it made me realize how much I felt like we were ready, and how much I felt like I was ready for that next step. And it made me just love you like so much more.
Oh, it's probably because the ring is nice.
Yeah. And also will you marry me?
I love your friends going, yo, that rock is thick. yo, that's thick. That's, I think, you sisters. That is thick.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Anyways.
Yeah, so what's the game?
So you guys try to position yourself sitting back to back. You don't have to move the chairs, but just don't face each other.
All right.
And under both of your little tables are little name cards.
That's what this is.
And so this is technically the shoe game that people play at engagement parties. So, but I know that Brenna doesn't like dirty shoes, so I'm not going to make her hold them. So I made these little name cards instead. So I'm going to ask a question, who is more likely, one of those. And if you think it's you, raise the card.
Okay.
Okay.
So
we don't have two cards.
no,
Okay.
If we think it's the other person, should we just do the blank side?
No, just hide your card.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know why. Those are the rules. So first question. Who was the first one to make the relationship official? To want to make the relationship official. Okay. Is there...
Are we going to talk about it?
I mean, if you want to.
Oh,
it's pure.
yeah.
You don't have to just... You can talk after.
Dude, that awkward silence was so... I feel like we're talking really fast this episode, like compared to the last weed episode. I feel like we're just like, we're like a couple at a dinner.
Wait, that's so funny. What? Okay.
Am I your waiter? What role do I serve in your dinner party?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It feels like a very dinner party
I know,
conversation.
I'm like so scared. Okay, so I said me.
I didn't hold it up.
Okay, so you agreed it's me.
Yeah, it's you.
I was the first one to want to make it official. Yeah.
We were at dinner. We were eating pizza at that pizza place or whatever.
But you loved me first. You were obsessed with me first. Okay.
But yeah, I'm just shows I'm being honest here.
All right.
What?
Who said I love you first?
I think it was me. Yeah, it was me.
It was you.
Yeah.
It was in July of 2022. The end of July when I moved to Chicago. You helped me move to Chicago while you were going to stay in St. Louis. And before you left, we were like laying on the bed and I was kissing you and we were just sad and you were like, I do have something I want to tell you is that I love you. And I was like, oh, I love you too. And
it's so funny. There's like moments that involved the podcast because I think that was the first episode we did from the baby crib.
Yes, from the crib, the OG episode.
And I'm starting to realize the more you help me with this podcast, the more things you get.
Wait, that's so true. I feel like you just get happier and happier.
Yeah, I'm like, I love you. Will you marry me? Let's have a baby.
Wow.
Like 100th episode. Anyhow. All right. That's so funny. But yeah, I it's interesting too because I felt like Chicago. I always feel like Chicago was like way later in our relationship, but I guess it wasn't.
No, it was like 6 months into it.
Yeah. Anyhow.
But that was 2021. Never mind. 2021.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. What's next?
Who's in charge of the remote when watching TV?
It's Andrew.
No, it's you.
What? We
Dude,
literally watch everything you want.
I never watch what I want to watch.
No. Okay. I'm just like, I can't even go into this because you're so wrong that we're not even going to.
First of all, my card got declined from all those things, so we don't even have any shows
Subscribe. Please.
I feel like we watch. I feel like I don't watch. I watch football. I'll take that. But other than that, you're deciding.
Yeah, but you physically have the remote. And I don't really decide because I don't watch as much TV as you. Okay. Settled.
Who suggested getting a cat? Baby Mango.
That was me. That was me. I decided we were getting mango an hour before I got mango. We went the weekend before and we were like, we don't know. Do we want a cat or a dog? We were just like very casually looking. And the next weekend I was at work on a Saturday looking at I was like, let me just look up what cats are at the Humane Society because I've always dreamed of having an orange male cat. I was very specific about it. And boom. He'd been posted the day before, so cute, 6 months old. And I sent a picture to Andrew and Andrew's like, go get him. If you want him, go get him. And so I went down and I got him and I brought him home and I was like, here's our cat. And that was that.
You called me, you sent photos, and you said, I need $150.
Yes, that's true. I did say.
You want to know something really funny about that I never told you?
What?
I was at Hooters.
What? That's why you didn't come? Because we had an argument about that. I was like, why don't you want to be there for the adoption of our cat? And you said you were fucking golfing.
I was golfing. And then I
Not at the time that I adopted Mango. You were slamming back fucking wings and looking at some titties. Oh my God. You think now that you got put a ring on my finger, you can just tell me that?
Yeah.
And you just want me to just breeze on by? Whatever. Can't believe that. I'm not mad about the tits. I'm mad about you not being there with Mangy.
Yeah. Well, you called me. It's all happened within 5 minutes.
And the lying.
You know what?
I would never
I said
lie.
I was at lunch. I just didn't say I was at Hooters.
It's weird because it would have been fine if you said you were at Hooters, but now that you're telling me a year and a half later, it makes me think that you were like at Hooters, like you were like, yeah, like with money. Like why?
Dude,
it's not shady.
The St. Louis Hooters is disgusting.
That's trashy. Yeah,
Yes.
that's trashy of you.
It was the only time I ever went. And I'll never forget it. Because of Mango.
I'm afraid to ask any more questions. Who is more likely to find money in an old jacket pocket?
Andrew.
Yeah.
For sure, Andrew.
Yeah.
There's every time we wash something, I do the washer or dryer, we find something that's been missing and it was in Andrew's pockets.
You're more likely to find Taco Bell sauce.
I'm more likely to find the money in your pocket than you're likely to find it though.
That's true too.
And I take it.
Every day.
Yeah. You already forgot about it. You might as well just like let me have it at that point. Okay.
Who would survive longer on a desert island?
Me. Oh, sorry. What was your answer?
I don't know.
Me.
Why?
Because I'm because I'm like more all around, like I think like more willing to be in hard situations, and I'm like more, what's the word?
This girl has a meltdown.
Resilient. I'm more resilient in stressful situations, and I'm maybe a little bit more like it's easier for me to be like hungry and like athletic, maybe.
Athletic?
Like running wise, like actual like circulatory wise. Like I think my body would actually keep me alive for like a few more days.
First of all,
but at the same time, like, no, yeah, because I think I could hunt too if I was hungry enough. I don't know. I'm sorry, babe.
Well, I don't know what you're apologizing for. I disagree with everything you said.
Oh.
I think you are. I don't know. I think I'd win.
Are you talking because I have anxiety?
Yeah.
So?
You would lose it.
No, I would be in a fight or flight.
You'd flight. I'd flight too. I think we'd both flight.
You
equally.
think we would like jump off the bridge together?
Neither one of us know. Do you know how to make a fire?
I could learn.
Exactly. All right. What's next?
Who is more likely to cheat in Monopoly?
I would say Brenna.
Yeah, me. Yeah, for sure.
She takes my money in real life. So.
Who tips better?
Andrew, for sure, Andrew. I tip
Brenna
people.
yells at me because I'll tip.
He always tips $1 at the barista, and I don't. I'm not a barista tipper unless I have extra change.
People get really mad about that too if they find out you're not a good tipper. But in her defense, you'll tip a waiter or waitress. But when it's one of those people that all they do is just spin the thing, and they don't do anything, then it's hard to tip them. But
Well, I tip people based genuinely on the type of service I get. I never tip below 15%. I will say I feel like I'm either like a 15 or a 20%.
yeah, be
Like if
20.
you give me bad service, I do 15%. Sorry. That's probably, don't cancel me. Okay.
Who hogs the bed more?
She does.
Yeah, probably.
She's bad with the blanket. I'll wake up. I'll be no blanket. She'll hold the whole thing. She has 19 pillows.
You won't let me turn on the heat. Do you want to talk about that?
Okay, you
Who
can't.
hogs the heat?
You think you could fucking live on a deserted island longer than me?
Yeah, because I would find a blanket and keep it to myself.
Freaking bang the caveman on there or whatever.
Whatever we got to do, baby.
I'll be at Hooters. All right, what's up?
Who is the better secret keeper?
I think we're both pretty bad.
I think Andrew's better. Yeah.
I'm okay.
I think the reason he's a better secret keeper is one, because he forgets, but also because you have a better poker face. I have a hard time lying. So I'll literally be like, I'm just kidding. I just lied.
Like one follow-up question. You're just so bad on their questioning.
I know.
If I killed someone, you would tell on me within seconds.
Because
Would you ride or die for me, you think? If you found out I murdered someone?
Absolutely, I would, yes.
Dope. That's pretty cool, actually.
Would you ride or die for me?
No, dude, I'm telling on you in a second. I enjoyed my freedom. I'll be at Hooters by midnight.
Wow, really?
No, I would ride or die.
Okay.
Or die. Or ride.
Is that a lie?
Next question.
Okay.
Who farted in front of the other first?
Oh, Andrew.
I did, but she's taking the reins. She farted 14 times this morning.
Did you count? No, I didn't.
You farted 14 times. You did a fart this morning that a truck driver would be ashamed.
I did a fart and you literally mimicked my fart immediately after.
It sounded like you were revving a four-wheeler. And it's gotten to the point where she apologizes every time, but it's an empty apology. No one wants that apology.
I do.
No one wants it.
I go,
Sorry.
sorry.
There's
I'm
nothing
so
I could
sorry.
do.
It's okay,
I'm gassy, babe. I must have eaten straight beans out of a can. Sorry, babe.
I do say sorry.
Sorry I shit on your arm, babe. I ate a can of beans.
Yeah, but at least my farts don't stink and they're not like yours flap, like and are wet, sort of. Mine are dry and just like a blowhorn, like a poof, or like a poop. Yours are tragic,
They're not good.
traumatizing.
Anyhow,
Okay.
Who has more pairs of shoes?
Oh, Andrew.
I do.
He
But they're
has
all sneakers.
so many
They're-
Those are
Sneakers.
shoes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who is better at holding their alcohol?
I am.
You think
Well, I don't drink as much.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If I drank as much as her, maybe I wouldn't hold it as much. But
If you drank as much as me.
you're the queen of one more.
Yeah. Just one more.
Just one more. Babe, just one more. Sorry. Just one more.
I love to bring up our age gap when I want one more. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm in my 20s. Can you just let me have some fun?
Yeah, it's only 3 a.m. It's only 4 a.m. We've been drinking for 6 days. We've only been drinking for 6 days. I'm 17.
I'm literally 19.
I'm literally 19.
I haven't learned how to handle alcohol yet.
Sorry,
I
officer.
literally can't drink alcohol.
Sorry,
legally.
officer.
Literally.
Sorry,
Literally. Okay.
Who is the better driver?
I am.
No,
It's not even close.
Andrew is not. He is not a like. He doesn't
Who blew
take
up
control.
the tire? Who blew up the tire?
me, but I didn't say I was better, Parker.
I think that's connected.
Okay. No, Andrew doesn't take control of the road, like of the situation, and he drives.
It's
he's
hard
just,
while you're yapping.
I'm better at navigating a city than you are, driving in a city than you are.
It's not true. I lived in New York for 10 years. I didn't
Yeah,
drive
and
there
you
once.
rode the subway. I drove to downtown LA every day there and back in rush hour and
That was
didn't
all within the last 4 months.
didn't even get a nick on the car.
Yes, you did.
No. Not that I know of.
If you don't look, it's not there.
It's hard to drive while she's telling you how to drive. And if I tell her how to drive at all, she tries to run the car off the road.
I have gotten a lot better about biting my tongue.
You have.
Because it does genuinely bother you. So I try not to do it.
You probably it shouldn't be about me. It should be anyone driving.
I only do it to you. Because you're my bestie. Okay.
I like that you're testing the engagement right away. What's next?
Who wants kids first?
Probably Andrew.
I think it's even.
Yeah. I think we're on the same page.
Who finished?
I think you talk about kids more than I do.
I don't think
No,
so.
no, you don't. I think I just remember when you do because it surprises me sometimes.
You do this thing where you go, I'm not the kind of girl to give you a countdown. It's like, I'd love a kid by 30.
Well,
like at the same time.
Because if we want a kid, it's like just easier to conceive. And also, I don't want to be like having my first kid at like 34.
But you give like a long countdown. What were we saying the other day about countdown versus suggestion?
Oh, no. Oh, what was it? Like,
anyhow.
I forget. It doesn't matter. Well, it'll come to us. But yeah, I think it's even. Yeah.
Let me see. It was countdown. Fuck. Never mind. All right. What's next?
Who finishes their meals faster?
Honestly, I think it's me. But she's quick. Because we end up like going bite for bite with stuff.
Andrew and I, when we get an appetizer, it is a race.
Yeah.
We're vultures getting our first feeding of the
Yeah,
day.
if there's 6 gyozas, one of us is getting 4.
And no, if there's 6 gyozas and somebody gets 4, it's all hell. We got to order another round so the other person gets 4 because God forbid it's not even.
Yeah.
But I do always give you my last bite. I'm good about that. Because you are already finished and staring at it.
No, you give me the last bite and then you take one more bite right before you give it to me.
Yeah. I'm like, you want it? Oh, too bad. Take a nibble and then give it to you. Okay.
All right, the last question before voicemails. Who is more excited to start wedding planning?
Brenna. Although she'll get me going.
Yeah. You just don't.
She started talking about, well, I mean, it's for another episode,
Yeah.
but she was already talking about it with my sister-in-laws.
Yeah.
I think before I even got back from the walk.
I think it's just a lot for both of us. Our brains, the way we work, we're not planners. I plan more, obviously. I understand that we need to have one, but I need somebody to help me make it because I can't do those things on my own.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Maybe someone out there is a wedding planner.
Yeah. I think it's just
Puddles.
naturally more fun for girls because girls, like, it's just like you're planning a party and all of your friends are going to be there and you get to wear a pretty dress. Like, yeah, of course that's fun. But working out the kinks and I'm like, somebody tell me what's cute. You know, like I think I know what I want, but I need somebody to be like, that's good. Yeah.
And I'll be pretty agreeable. I don't really give a shit. I kind of care like where it is in regards to like where family and friends are. But other than that, I don't care about anything.
Yeah.
It's also like when you go from never thinking you're going to have a wedding to then having a wedding, you're like, okay, well, we don't have to go from that to inviting the royal family and riding in on an elephant and have a $80 million wedding. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
But I
that's
also don't
never
want to
gonna
go to
happen.
a courthouse. I don't want to do that shit either. I want to have a special wedding for you.
And you.
Oh yeah. So and with plenty of gyozas.
Gyozas and Dominoes. And ice cream sandwiches.
Yum.
Yum.
Hi, Andrew and Brenna. It's Vanessa here from UK. I love the podcast. Glad it made a return. The thing that annoys me about people getting engaged is engagement parties. Isn't that just your wedding? Like, why do we need to have a party to celebrate the fact that you got engaged with all of your loved ones? I thought that that's what a wedding was. I don't understand the point of an engagement party. The wedding is the party that celebrates that you're engaged. I'm sorry if that makes me sound bitter, but I'm approaching 30 and I'm having a lot of these pop up along with hen do's, baby showers, baby's first birthdays, gender reveal, all that stuff. So it's too much. Okay, thanks, bye.
I love it.
She is my type of person.
Yes.
I agree to everything you just said.
First of all,
And I had the same thought. I was like, should we do these things? Should
can you
we do
imagine having like a destination engagement party?
Yes. And then I was like, why?
I didn't even know these things existed.
Yeah.
The engagement photos, engagement party.
Yeah.
Get over yourself.
By the time the wedding comes around, everyone's sick of you.
Yeah.
They're sick of you. They've
They're
seen you.
sick of
They've
each
spent the
other.
money on you.
People's lives are boring.
Also, there are people who like grow up dreaming of their wedding. And I think that those are the types of people who do that.
Yeah. That's not happening. But yeah, I you know, what happens when you're turning 30, from about 26 to 30, it is literally, you'll go to like 50 of these. And they're insanely expensive, and it all happens within 5 years, 3 to 5 years. And yeah, I don't know, it just gets overbearing.
Yeah.
Especially if you're single and you're like, fuck, it just makes you more and more bitter. I know I was more and more bitter. You, by the end of it, you just start saying no to shit.
Yeah. God,
Sorry, I can't go to your dad's funeral.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm done.
Sorry. I've been to enough.
Yeah. Didn't we already celebrate his funeral? But yeah, no, I feel her like so much. Like, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
Cut to, it's funny though when I say that stuff, because I definitely made fun of girls that held their hand like this and showed the ring.
When people ask to see my ring, I'm literally like stressed about how to hold my hand. Do I do this? I've been doing this, but it feels so like, yeah, here it is. But I'm just like, this is weird because people want to like look at it.
I definitely make fun of guys posting photos on their knee. Like, oh, did you have your cousin taking a photo in a bush? And meanwhile, I like set it up and I posted it and I fucking loved it.
It's Bailey in an Elvis costume.
Should we have an engagement party is what I'm saying.
This is our engagement party. This is literally feels like,
yeah.
I'm like, this is enough.
Yeah,
this is
enough.
great. This is great.
Anyhow.
Okay.
All right. Here's the next one from Anna.
All right. When people get engaged, specifically one of my friends, and she made her caption, "It was always you." No, it was not. A year ago, this bitch was crying on the floor of the bathroom at the bar over this man. Messaged this man and said, "I'm done talking to you. I've realized my worth." And then legitimately the next day woke up and messaged him again and said, "LOL, sorry, I was so drunk last night." And then now they're engaged, which, whatever. It was always you? I'm sorry. It was not. That is what annoys me when people get engaged. Whew.
I think these are my favorite voicemails that we've had.
They're fantastic.
Because it's so polarizing.
It was always you.
Yeah.
It never was anyone else. I always had you on my vision board. I knew when I was 7 when I met you. Well, I haven't met you yet, but I met you in my heart.
Yeah. And the long captions, I'm like, babes, we don't need to know everything about how much you love this person.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
It's so
that was
cringy.
a very short caption, but yes.
I've never read a full one of those, by the way. Never.
We just want to see The Rock.
Yeah, literally.
I remember I went to a wedding and the girl said, I kissed so many frogs.
Ew.
Before I got to my prince, which is like the opposite of that. It was a little too much. Like, I banged so many fucking frogs. I fucked so many frogs. You know what I mean? That's how it felt. Like, I sucked so many frogs' dicks. But now I met you, though. You're my prince. It was always you, though. After all those other frogs, it was you. Rev it.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyhow.
Sorry. That was a good one.
What?
That
story?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I just couldn't think of a response.
That's fine.
That was great.
Jesus.
All right. This last one is from Shannon.
Hi, Brenna and Andrew. Congratulations on your engagement. I'm so excited for you guys. Like, when I saw it, like your post, I sent it to my friend Lindsay, who also loves you guys, and was just like, I feel like two of my like close friends just got engaged. Like I was so happy for you both and just wish you the best. As far as what annoys me about engagements is when people post on Instagram like right away and like don't even tell like their family and friends. Like I know people in my life who have found out that like their own friends or like relatives have gotten engaged like from Instagram because they get engaged and like 5 minutes later they post it on Instagram. And I just think that's weird. I think it's like for likes and stuff like that. Maybe I'm just better because I've never been engaged, but like, and I get you, people have a lot of people to tell, but like send a mass text or an email or whatever. I don't know. Just don't post it.
It's so funny because she's like, I shared the photo, but then also, I hate that you did this. Now, granted, we did make a lot of phone calls. We covered our bases with close family, except for maybe a couple.
I think that you could have reached out to a few more people before you posted.
Yeah, I could have. I was excited.
Yeah. I waited
felt
till,
like,
but it was great because a lot of people that I should have told found out from you, and then I waited to post. So it was great for me.
also, I'm at the point where I'm not trying to, because thank you for the congratulations and everything, but I see a mass email or a mass text. That's what social media is now. Like, I don't see them as different. Like, what am I going to make like an email chain and I have to go through like everyone of who I don't have time for that. It's like, here you go. That's the beauty of it. It's
but like your uncle?
I told my uncle.
No, they called us.
Huh?
Your family in Chicago called your mom. They saw it on your Instagram. The people who are coming to our small intimate wedding.
Look, he didn't call me or tell me when he got married.
Yeah, because you were too busy looking at your likes.
No, I was 5. Or whatever. Anyhow. Yeah. What a week it was. It was crazy. I think we're still kind of coming down from it. I think our brains are still kind of crazy.
Well, we traveled 5 hours. We traveled from the East Coast to the West Coast, so it was a long flight.
Yeah. It was great, though. It's great to be by family. It makes me miss them, makes me want to live by them and share more experiences with them. I mean, we didn't even get into, like, family stuff.
Yeah, the other time since we've been home, Andrew goes, I miss my family. And he literally said it like that. That's how I'm like, and that's how I knew it was serious, because you said it like that.
Yeah. Anytime I talk in the most absurd voice ever, you're going to know I'm dead serious.
Because you feel so cheesy having feelings, and I feel so bad that you feel like you need to do that because your feelings are valid, but I understand it can be hard to express them sometimes.
It's not easy. Will you marry me?
So yeah, we've been walking around the last few days, and just randomly, I'll just hear Andrew in another room go, "Will you marry me?" And I know he's like ruminating over it and cringing, and so to make himself feel better, he just goes, "Will you marry me?"
I also am making a stand-up bit, so I've been practicing.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Do you have any skincare tips?
No,
Nothing you can think of?
Do you have any
Guys, I swear,
ring cleaning tips?
I just like feel like every time if I don't prepare something, it's like I forget everything I just learned.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? Somebody, hold on. Somebody DM'd me, and I'm sorry I didn't DM you back, but I sometimes I DM people back, and I'm like, I wish I didn't do that. I'm not saying you're not probably a great person, but sometimes some weird people come through. Sorry, it's true. And so I had to kind of stop. But anyways, icing your face. So somebody asked me if it was like true. Is it whatever? Should they do it? Is it worth it?
Do what?
To ice your face.
Oh, ice your face.
Yeah. So I ice my face sometimes at night when I remember, but it's really good for inflammation. So if you have like redness from like, you're breaking out or whatever, it can help with your inflammation. It also can helps restrict your pores. So, if you're wanting to, like, if you're more oily, it's good to help restrict your pores and slow the production of oil overnight, maybe. And then you put something like a salicylic acid on top that also helps slow it. Great for an oily skin. Helps reduce breakouts because it constricts your pores and helps with the inflammation.
How many
from
times a
breakouts.
week should you ice your face?
The better, the more the better. So like I wouldn't do it for more than 2 minutes at night. You don't need to do it for long because you don't want to like freeze your face off. But Amazon has these really cool. They're almost like, you remember like the old school pops, how you would make popsicles. You have those little like plastic sticks. It's basically like that, but it's intended for your face. Do that. Make sure you're using clean ice though and keeping it clean because let's be real, my freezer's dirty. So yeah, that's it.
On that note, thank you for listening this week. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment or a review on Apple would be great. And we'll see you next week. And hopefully we're still engaged.
Bye, everybody.
So down.
Puddles, puddles. Everybody now puddles. Everybody get up because you get down and then everyone will come over here.